Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to change a spring and remove the bolt on the Ares Amoeba Striker AS-01 Gen 2. So right here in the grip we've got the Allen keys, which are conveniently here, so you always have them on you and they're nice and protected from getting them lost. So what we're going to do here is we're going to flip the gun over, and on this piece here we're going to remove it. This is what keeps the bolt in place, but we're going to take this Allen key, the small one, and we're going to unscrew the screw here. Once we get the screw out here, we're going to flip it back over, and there's this little circle here that you can see from the other end. You're going to poke this out with your Allen key, and that's going to pop out this piece here. This keeps the bolt in place, and once you do that, you're going to pull up on the bolt handle, and we're going to pull it out. Might take a little nudge here. Boom. Right like that, we got it out. So now that we've got our bolt out here, you can see the nozzle there, and you can see the spring in between the gaps there. We're going to put our Allen key in these little holes here. I want to put it like this, so when we twist it lefty-loosey, we are going to untwist this nozzle piece, and this will allow the spring to come out. So there are three pieces in here. There are the spring guide, there's the pin, and the spring. So when we unscrew this, you're going to get ready, because depending on your FPS on your spring, and if your spring's brand new, this thing will jump out at you. It jumped out a little bit at me there, but not much. So we'll take this out. You see our spring guide there and our spring, and inside the bolt I have a pin in there, which I'll take out here in a second. There, that's the pin, and that'll go in the middle of the spring. It doesn't go fully through because it's got that flat piece on the other end. This is an upgraded spring I have in here of a higher FPS that I typically use. And then we're going to put this back in like this. Now it does take a minute to get in here, trying to get it threaded right. It does got a lot of force trying to push out on you, and you're constantly trying to push that force in while twisting it. So it does take a minute to get that in there. It does take some trial and error to get it to work. As you can see, I struggle here. There we go. We finally got it threaded. About time. It took me about 5 attempts. Normally it doesn't take that long. So here we're going to twist that right on, righty-tighty. It does take a second because it's threaded pretty far, but you want to make sure you're twisting it like this. Put that Allen key in the right slot. You could do either or, it really doesn't matter as long as you have the Allen key pushed up against it like so. So what's fun here is there's a pin in here. I'm going to show it to you here in a second once I get it turned around. So there's that first pin there, which it slides right through. And then there's a secondary pin, which is harder to see. It's in the shadow. You should be able to see the pin right there. It's pretty hard to see, but it is that second one right there that we're worried about. That is our issue there. So that does not allow our bolt to go back into location. So what we need to do is we need to use something long to keep that from getting in there. See, when we put that in there, it stops there. It goes past the first one there. You see it takes a little nudge, and then it stops. So our issue here is that other pin. So what we're going to take here is something long like these reptile tongs here, and we're going to stick this into the bolt opening here, and we're going to try to push down that secondary pin. So we're going to push that down while we try to push the bolt in. This will allow us to slip the bolt in, and it won't be much of a hassle. Sometimes it is kind of a hassle depending on what you use. I've used these tongs a couple times. I've also used long flathead screwdrivers. Those also work pretty well. It does take some trial and error before you get it. Depending on how you do it, it can be practically instantly you get it. I struggle a little bit here with getting that bolt in there, but eventually I get it to work, and we're good, just like that. And we push in here, and then we might have to give it a little nudge like that, and we push it down once we get that second nudge, and we got it twisted a couple times, and then boom, there we go. We're back into place here. It moves up and down perfectly like it's brand new. So now we're going to take this T-piece here that locks in. We're going to put that so the screw hole is facing towards the end of the bolt, towards the grip. Push that in there a little bit. Then we're going to take our screw, and we're going to screw that back in with the small Allen key. It does not take very long. This part's actually quite easy, as seen here in the video. And then another little fun thing, if you don't know where it's at, the hop-up is in a funny spot. It's not hidden, but it's there in the funny place. So it's not like a VSR10 on the side there. It's actually right here on the front of the rails. You have to use a small Allen key to actually access your hop-up. So it's definitely an interesting design. It allows, unlike a VSR10 that's very easy to move its hop-up, so it makes it more difficult to adjust it, but also that's a good thing because you don't want to be bumping into something and your hop-up being completely messed up. So that is very beneficial. That'll be a wrap on this video of how to change the spring on your Ares Amoeba Striker AS-01 Gen 2.